Hello and welcome to Paw Prints on the Mountain, brought to you by the Humane Society of the White Mountains. I'm your host, Mike Bosley. Joining us in a couple moments will be Deena Pace, the Executive Director of the Humane Society, and we'll even get to see this cute face, Clay, and we'll get to talk about him in just a couple moments. But first, real quick, before we go into it, it's time for Mike's Pet Peeve. This pet peeve is merely my opinion, not anybody else's opinion or anybody important, blah, 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 blah. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand when restaurants and businesses leave their open sign on when they're closed. Now, I get it, when they do it every now and then, but when I drive by every single day and it's past their closing time and they still have their open, put a Christmas tree timer on it. I mean, there's apps. We live in 2022. There's some way to make that thing turn itself off when you close. Please, I can't stand that. What I can't stand more than that is when people get into hoarding situations. If you feel that there is a possible hoarding situation or something of that extent, please contact the local authorities. If you believe that maybe things are getting a little out of hand, call your shelter, call the Humane Society. Let's get to work and solve the problem. Now, let's just go ahead and dive right into today's show. Hello, Deena.
Hi, Mike.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Now, it has been a busy January for you guys.
Yes.
And now we all know the passing of Betty White.
We do.
And there was a really nice
lady.
Facebook challenge and Instagram challenge that started with Betty White's passing. Tell us a little bit about what the Humane Society did.
So we did the challenge to celebrate her 100th birthday, which was on the 17th of January. And we put it out there a little ahead of time and ran it till the 18th because we're actually closed on the 17th of January. It's Monday. So between our Facebook, people that called in donations, walked in donations, and our PayPal, we got between $4,000 and $5,000.
Wow.
So what a great community. Thank you. It's going to go a long way to help us with these animals.
Speaking of these animals, can you tell us a little bit about who's joining us today?
I can. This is Clay.
Hi, Clay. Are you
Clay's-
camera shy?
Well, no, not really. He just doesn't know what a camera is yet. Clay has been with us since July 21st. And
wow.
very sad. And he's 3 years old, and he is a Lab Terrier mix.
That's
You like
a
that?
great assumption.
You like that?
I
He
do
is
like
an
that.
all-American shelter dog, and Clay loves people. Very active dog. So he'd love an active family, probably older kids, just because he is so active and he doesn't realize how big he is.
Uh-huh.
And you've got some of those at home, I've got some of those at home. They don't realize that they stand this tall, and they just kind of plow over the little ones.
Right.
So. But he loves people. He is he's a little dog selective, so we need to do an introduction if you have a dog. And if you don't, you wouldn't need another one as active as he's going to keep you. So.
And he was actually very cuddly to me prior to the show. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
he is as much a lover as he is a strong
Yes.
guy.
And while we were waiting, he was crawling up on the couch and stuff. So, and now me, So he would love to have a lot of activities and then just a place to lay out with you,
Right.
Be part of the family. He needs to be part of a family. Clay is just a sweetheart. And one of the things that over all my experience at the shelter is a couple of the dogs that always stay the longest is actually pit bulls and black dogs. It doesn't matter what breed the black dogs are. Black dogs is usually one of the slower ones to get adopted.
Right.
And it's just kind of sad because often people come into the shelter and we have to remind them that when you come into the shelter, make sure that you've got to understand when you walk by these kennels and these dogs bark at you or they may go at the fence, you've got to understand, and the saddest thing in this world is that's all they have that's theirs.
Right.
At that time. So they're going to protect that.
Of course.
And let us get them out. See the true them when they're not in their only space that is their true space.
Right.
Because you'll see a totally different side of each and every animal there when you let us get them out.
And the best way to see some of the animals is check out hswm.org. See some of the adoptions, see some of the volunteer opportunities, as well as check out some of our fundraising opportunities. That's going to do it for us today, and we will see you next week right here on Paw Prints on the Mountain, brought to you by the Humane Society of the White Mountains.